Oh, golly gosh. So I'm still in bed, and today's live at 9 is happening from right here because, yes, it is. This is Nziki Mazwai live at 9, coming to you straight from the southwestern townships. My favorite. Good morning, city. How freaking predictable are you? Morning, precious. Morning, guys. Morning. Um, whew, gosh, lots going on. Life can happen and change like this. So I'm busy trying to keep up with all the changes in my life. But this morning, I'm reporting straight from the southwestern townships in South Africa. You know, that's my favorite. Molweni, Grand Rising, Molweni. Guys, I love that at 9 o'clock. We're just here and we know to be here on a Sunday. It's so nice. Guys, Liz, I'm sorry. Sorry, okay? Sorry. So today, I wanted to tackle because I think last week we kind of started on the spirit mode, right? Last week when you said we're putting journal material out in the public, I felt that I've been journaling instead of running to social. Sadie, that's awesome. Yay. Yeah, I also realized along the way that I was like, no, I'm putting it in the wrong place. Hey, the feminine Ma'at. Ma'at. Morning, everybody. So nice to be with you. Sorry to be giving you like really the bed, or just woken up version. But we are here. So I was saying that last week we were starting to speak about spirit, because now we're kind of taking care of the inside. We're always talking about what's happening around us politically, socially, and sometimes we need to just check on our internal universe. So I wanted to speak about friendships and even family and just relationships and boundaries and learning how to uh, not give people permission to disrespect you. So, I mean, for me, this has been a big one. I think this is one of my bigger life challenges of having to learn, even myself, to stand up for myself. And I know you guys probably think this is crazy, but it's actually true. Like, I need to learn how to stand up for myself. Um, as some of you know, I lost my mom when I was 12. So from that experience, what I can tell you, which is probably the reason why I don't have any children, is that I know what happens to children when they lose their mom. There's nobody left to protect them. So a lot can happen, and the children who have lost a mom can endure a lot of abuse because nobody's, you know what the mom does. So if somebody doesn't have a mom, there's nobody doing that for them. So what it has created in my life is that I have a tendency to just endure abuse. I can just endure it. I can sit there, and I'm sure you've seen this on, I can take it. And I don't think it's a healthy thing. I don't think it's a healthy thing. I think that it's a post traumatic disorder attached to my background of losing a mom and some of the things that occurred in my life afterwards. So for me, I'm learning how to set the don't abuse me boundary and don't treat me like shit. When people know that you are an orphan or you don't have, they can kick you around. So, how do we then stand up for ourselves in such situations? How do we set boundaries in relationships? Because when your childhood trauma or whatever, your lack of learning how to set boundaries and your inability to say no. Okay, wait. Mina lost both parents at 3 years, but luckily my aunt, three of them, they raised us like their own. God bless them. Hey, God bless them indeed. So, but I'm talking about the psychological effects that can come through from the trauma. So for me, it was about, I have a thing that even like counselors have picked up, and they were like, there's something you need to work in you that enables older women to abuse you. So I would think that just it's my lesson, it's my cycle that I keep going, where I'm drawn to older women, obviously, but then they show me flames. Like they want to control me, they want to tell me my right and wrong. They just want to like, it's very abusive. Like I attract very abusive older women. So I think my thing is, how do we as people learn to set boundaries? And how do we learn how to communicate when a boundary has been crossed? And how do we learn to walk away? Because I'm going through this now where I picked up abusive, and I just took my bags and I left. And I was just like, I'm not going to be abused. This doesn't work for me anymore. Precious Malachi saying very true. I lost my mother at a young age, and now that you mentioned, I only really take forever to react, to stand up for myself. Yes, I react when I really can't take it. Yes. Oh my God, guys, we need a support group. Yeah. I mean, I don't react. I just keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. And then later on, when I'm telling the story, everyone is like, Ntiki, this is abusive. What? She did what? So I'm learning. Like, I'm trying to learn how to, the minute that red flag comes up of you need to create a boundary, I don't know how to respond to that. And I'm learning. And yeah, I think just 40 is coming with me being able to say no, actually, and not enduring it anymore. I think part of my healing, often we say to women who are in abusive situations, we're like, leave. And it's exactly like that in relationships with your friends, with your family. If somebody who you are in a supposedly loving relationship with starts projecting abusive behaviors onto you, and it's a habit and a cycle, leave. Pack your bags and leave. Um, yeah, we're just talking about learning boundaries. You're most welcome to comment on how do we set up the boundaries. How do you know when, oh, this feels uncomfortable, you know? Because there's no relationship that's healthy where you ought to be tiptoeing around people. And that's a boundary issue. So how do we set boundaries for ourselves? How do we teach people what to know? When you deal with me, you come at vibration 428. If you come at any other vibration, I'm not coming. There's this what did she say? She said that this girl said, I limit access to myself to people who don't respect my boundaries. So I think that's a big one. Learn who you are and learn the standards that you want for yourself and how you want to be treated. Like for me, a deal breaker. If you start screaming and swearing in conflict, the relationship is gone. It's gone. I won't even think twice. The relationship is gone. Screaming and swearing is for me. I'm like, I already dealt with that in my youth. I know this energy and it's not welcome in my life. So, Nje, okay, for this episode, I'll be listening and listening. I've never experienced this kind of trauma and pain, and I'm here to learn. Yeah, it is. It is trauma, you know? I remember when I was young, like straight after I lost my mom, I used to go to exclusive books a lot because I was like, I need to find a book on unpacking grief and like what does it mean and how I'm feeling and so I think this is also related to all of the grief counseling of people who lose parents young. But again, I just want to say for me, I'm working on setting my boundaries. Um, we are so used to abuse that it takes time to detect that here, it's so deep. It's so deep. Like I'll sit there in a corner and I'll be like, what's happening? Yo, yes. I'm just agreeing with Goddess Ma'at. Which we just, yeah. So, uh, Utin Precious, yes, I think we need to change our perception of you first. We are just as valuable. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning to have the question, who gave you permission to talk to me like this? Who gave you permission to speak to me like this? So for me, just today's episode is just about, you know what, guys, if you're seeing abusive and toxic traits in your relationship with loved ones, you leave. You cut ties with that relationship because there is no goodness that comes out of a relationship that makes you feel bad all the time. I have certain boundaries in a relationship. I always feel like I'm being unreasonable and impossible and end up lowering my own standards to please the other person. You see, it's not it. I think that um, we keep our standards and our boundaries where they remain. Also, I'm a believer that if somebody crosses that disrespect boundary, because there's conflict, and then there's someone crossing a boundary and breaking a trust. That's when I walk away. I understand forgiveness, and I'm a very forgiving person, and it's fine. But the minute I see toxic and abusive behavior in my life, I'm gone. Exactly. Why do I my glasses? Am I exposing that I can't see? They're somewhere there. I get tired of my glasses, guys. But yes, sis. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say today. I just wanted to, because I was just like, um, the universe is giving me a lesson in me setting boundaries for myself and having allowed someone feel too comfortable to a point where they felt superior and my master. And I'm just like, oh no, you must not know me. You must not know me. So here I am in Soweto, back at my mother's house, my adopted mom. And I'm just like, oh no, mom, I'm not going to go live somewhere where I get abused. I can't do that to myself. So basically, I think we're back in Soweto, guys. And I'm so excited about that because this is where all my work is, anyways. Joburg is my work area. And I'm going to organize a gig soon, an intimate evening with Nsiki Maswai. And we'll do some poetry and. But yes, yesterday I had to leave where I was living immediately when there was screaming and fucking going on. And I was like, oh, I don't get abused. I don't get abused, and no one can take my power from me. So I rather we end the relationship. It's okay with me. We've had our time together. Yeah, I've decided to come back, Sadie. Like there was some just yeah. I was starting to see that I was starting to behave like an abused woman where I was living. We have to tiptoe and ask for permission to do this, ask for everything, and it was just a lot. It was a lot to have to be a grown 40-year-old woman who's got a master and a madam, and I was like, no, I didn't come here for this. It's okay. I do have a home and I'm back in Soweto. Thank you. So it's like that. Freedom is definitely key. Like, there is no relationship that is good for you that's going to make you feel bad about who you are and consistently criticize you and try to break your spirit. And when they see that they're not breaking your spirit, then they throw tantrums. It's not going to work. Um, yeah, yeah, no, no, Sadie. I'm very conscious of the kind of energy I put myself in, and I can own up that I made a mistake actually. I made a mistake by moving there, and now I must retrace everything. I left everything there. I need to get all my moving trucks and whatever and go fetch my things because when people start screaming and swearing at you in front of their friends in their space, you're like, oh, this is abusive. This is not my level. I'm going back home. Thanks. Bye. So that's what I wanted to talk about, setting boundaries and giving yourself the permission to choose the kind of people you put into your life and the kind of energy. And when people have done what they came to do for you, uh, which Mpepo? Ah, I actually took the Mpepo here. I brought the Mpepo here. I was burning it when I got home yesterday. Um, yeah, no, it was just about boundaries. Today we were talking about boundaries and recognizing toxic and abusive um, elements and being able to say, this is not mine. And no matter how long I've known you, I don't care how long I've known you. The minute you start swearing at me and screaming in public is where the relationship goes. Full stop. There's no recovering. So, yeah, today was about boundaries and to say that it is only you who can give permission to people on how to treat you. And if people don't know how to treat you in a respectful way, you leave. It's as simple as that. If people abuse you, you leave. There's no sentimental attachments, what. The most important person in your world is you. You don't think about who's gonna think what. You're like, am I happy here? Is this type of behavior I deserve? And if the answer is no, you move. You just move. No woman will be able to say she feels not empowered in any relationship. Sometimes I use this motto, I'm boss in this house and I have the permission of my wife to say so. Exactly, women are the boss. Yeah, I said, you teach people how to treat you guys, Linje. Um, yeah, I don't want an abusive lifestyle, guys. I don't want to be around people who don't express themselves respectfully. Uh, I don't want to be around them. You know, I understand that God makes different people and we're all different. For me personally, because I'm quite a high energy person, I need somebody who's calm and quiet and humble. Um, yeah. So, no, we set our boundaries. And to end off, I'm going to say You've got to learn how to leave the table when love is no longer being served. My name is Ntiki Mazwai. This was Live at 9. Thank you, as always, for joining every single week. I'm going to see you guys next week, Sunday. Hopefully, by then, I would have fetched all my stuff and settled in my cottage again. I love you, and please pray for me and send blessings and send just like easy movement. And most especially, please send angels so that I stop enabling people to abuse me. Gosh, yes, sis. Yay, I got out there quick, fast. Like, my mom couldn't believe it, guys, within 3 hours. Because first I was like, what's happening? Because it's been building up. And I was like, then I took 3 hours yesterday and I was like, this is abuse. Let's go. So here I am, but I don't know what the way forward is now. Like, as a typical woman who's left an abusive situation, you're just like, okay, what next? How do I build myself? Um, yes, that was the outro. Bye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.